Well, how about this? We have grabbed the other half of the man of the moment. Sam Querrey has just knocked out the defending champion, the world #1, Andy Murray, and his girlfriend, Abby, was watching every ball, living every moment of drama. I mean, Abby, I'm sure you said to him before the match, you've got to believe you did it to Djokovic last year, but to do that to Andy Murray in front of the British fans on centre court, he's proving to be a big stage performer here at Wimbledon.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I try not to bring up the Djokovic match before any other matches, but, I just tried to be as encouraging as I could. I think his coach is a little better at that than I am. But, we all believe in him, and we're so happy to see him kind of competing at a level like this.
Just answer this question from the point of view of being in the corner for a player. Mm-hmm. When they look up at the box, are you trying to look positive? Do you try to look calm? What's going through your mind? Because so often we see massive players looking up and they want something back, but what is it that you try to convey with your body language?
I try to just not look nauseous, because I generally feel pretty nauseous. But the good news is Sam looks up at his box a lot, but he's always looking at his coach and his physio, and he's never really looking at me, so there's kind of not too much pressure, but I do try to kind of put on a slight poker face, but it's not an easy task.
When we see the players down at Querrey, you sometimes get a sense of what they're like as people. Mm-hmm. And Sam spoke to us yesterday, which is quite unusual because the players are not contracted to do anything down at Querrey. If we ask them and they say no, we say absolutely fine. He seems such a relaxed, down-to-earth guy. Is he?
Yeah, he's pretty easygoing. I mean, something like an interview is never really going to bug him. He's focused on court, but off the court, he's definitely easygoing, super humble, can have a conversation with anyone. So he's pretty easy to be around because he doesn't get too uptight around matches, which is nice for me.
So when he wakes up on the morning of a huge occasion like this, is he still relaxed then?
He seems to be. He just kind of eats breakfast and goes along, and we ride to the courts and then kind of do it. I don't really talk about it too much the day of because I don't want to jinx anything or say anything wrong. But yeah, he's pretty relaxed, pretty collected.
So he's one of those guys that maybe, in the last couple of hours, other than maybe a very technical conversation with his coach, he'll be interested to talk about anything other than the match, just to try and make it as normal a day as possible before going on court.
Oh, yeah, probably. This morning we were talking about the Conor McGregor-Floyd Mayweather fight and the suit that one of them was wearing that had some interesting words on it. So we definitely didn't talk about tennis this morning. We might talk about it a little bit this afternoon, but I'm sure he'll have some other thing to talk about already.
And, it's an incredible moment for him and for you and for the whole family, because he sets a record that this is his 42nd slam, and it's the first time that he's made the semi-finals. That's a record. He's waited longer than any other player in history to make a Grand Slam semi-final. That, I think, speaks volumes about his determination, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I mean, these guys have such a tough schedule, and this is his 11th year on tour, so it's kind of a grind, but I think a lot of other guys are doing really well later in life, and kind of he's motivated by that, maybe. I don't know. He's just kind of put all the pieces together this week and this year, and he's got a great team around him, so.
Oh, it's obviously working really well. And did you? And he won Acapulco earlier this year for his 9th title, beating Nadal. So he's had great form this year.
Yeah, he's been playing so well this year. I mean, like I said, I owe it all to his team, his coach, his physio, all the people at Carson where he practices. They just they do the best they can with him, and it's just clicking, I guess.
And do you think there was ever a time for him in the past where he maybe doubted that a Grand Slam semi-final might come his way because he has waited so long? Or has he, in your experience, has he always had that inner belief that one day it would click and it would happen?
I don't really know. I've been dating Sam for 2 years, so I haven't been there through all the trials and tribulations of his career. But I'd like to think he's always had that belief in him. He's always had that drive to get better and do better. And, he knows he has all the talent in the world if he can put it all together on a match day.
You've given us so much time. I'm sure you'd like to go and have a private moment. Well done to Sam through you. And you're going to do it all again in the semi-finals, so I hope you've got some nerves left.
A couple, just a few.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.